Hello, I'm Regina McCann-Hess, President of Forge Wealth Management, and welcome to our Women in Wealth series. Today, I have a new friend with me, and Nicole, could you introduce yourself to our guests? Tell us who you are, what you do, and what you love about your career.
Hi, Regina. Thank you so much for having me today. I am really excited. My name, as you said, is Nicole Stephenson. I work with the Mainline Chamber of Commerce. I'm the director of our Society of Professional Women program, as well as facilitate our nonprofit Roundtable program, amongst other responsibilities. And the thing I love most about my career is my ability to meet individuals like yourself and develop relationships with business professionals and people that want to get started in their careers and really help them to navigate that through a lot of our professional development content, as well as just the networking element of building relationships and introducing people to one another and really seeing other people help one another. So it's actually something that you can hold on to and actually see the results, which is very gratifying.
Right, and like myself, because you've been in this position for a while, and you really care about what you do, you're building relationships with everyone that comes through your door for all of your events and that you interact with.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So I know I love your SPW events. So if you just give us a little blurb about what that is and what you like about that. I think it's fantastic. I think you guys do, girls, ladies, and gentlemen, do a great job of those events.
Thank you so much. So the Society of Professional Women, which will slow down to the acronym of SPW, is really the largest program that the Mainline Chamber of Commerce hosts. And it really has a number of elements to it. That is why it's grown so large. So there's multiple programs within the program. And
Mhm.
it's been established for around 10 years now, which is pretty significant. And over that amount of time, it has really evolved to fit many different needs. So
Mhm.
some of our programs are large scale events that always have networking in the beginning and then have the content and the meat, which could be
Mhm.
anything from authors to celebrities to local female leaders in the C-suite level, like our CEOs and vice presidents, just talking about how they've gotten to those places in your career, to smaller scale workshops that might be more personal development, as well as featuring legal initiatives or human resource developments, mainly because a lot of our smaller mid-sized companies don't have access to those resources right internally, as well as small mentoring groups that meet monthly throughout a year. And of course, we have a No Limits leadership program where we host an event for undergraduates, which is complemented with our talent and education network at the Mainline Chamber. So SPW also is in partnership with our signature events for our Gold Leaf Luncheon, which is the annual Helena Devereaux Award, where we highlight a female executive in the region that is not only succeeding in the workplace as an executive, but giving back to the community. So SPW has also found a way to intertwine with our other chamber programs to strengthen them and to be a partner in them. And so there's 5, like I said, programs within the program. And so we have our own website and our own social media handles. This way we are not oversaturating or overshadowing all of the other really great stuff that the Mainline Chamber of Commerce does, and that we can continue to share information that's relative to what the Society of Professional mission,
Mhm.
which is to accelerate and expand the influence of women in the workplace and nonprofit and government sectors.
That's fantastic. I love it. And you must be exhausted at the end of the day because you have a lot going on.
It is a lot, but
Yeah.
as we talked about, what I love most about my career and the reason why it's important for me to love my career is because I'm a mother. And for me, my self-care is my job. I
Mhm.
enjoy coming to work every day. I love going to coffee and having adult conversations. And like I said, helping people to find their happiness. And so for me, it is important to be busy and enjoying it and having and meeting all of these amazing people that inspire me every day. So it's very rewarding.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm sure there's some challenges there too, being a working mom myself. And you have a little girl. Mine are a little bit bigger, so I'm past the where you are. But I'm sure it's still challenging and rewarding at the same time to do both.
Absolutely. I think with everything going on now, and I know this is going to be alive for a little while, but this is being recorded during a time where most people are working from home. And I've always actually worked from home 1 day a week over the last 4 years with my daughter. And it's about that balance of trying to find time and make sure that you're using it wisely, and
Yeah.
making sure you're productive when you're able to be, and being present wherever you are.
That's awesome. Yeah, being present where you are, that's houses a lot of conversation right there. Just being present for where you are, because you could be at a meeting but thinking about your family. And when you're at the meeting, be at the meeting, and when you're with your family, be with your family, and separate that.
That's right.
Good for you. You're way advanced, way more advanced than I am on that when I had little ones. So good for you. But how about along with that, what do you see some of the challenges of being a professional woman?
I, I hear a lot about the gender pay gap, and I know that a lot of people have certain theories of why it is what it is, but I really do believe that it's because women in their careers most likely step back to raise children. And then when they come back to the workplace, it's not necessarily that they're not qualified, or that they're, not giving a woman the pay that they deserve because they're a woman. It's due to their lack of experience. So when you go out at 30, let's just say 30, for example, on a $30,000 salary, and then you come back into the market at, let's say 40, let's give 10 years. Well, you're coming back in at 30, and
Yeah.
most 40-year-olds are making 60, or especially your male counterparts. And so it's really not necessarily about your gender as much as your experience. And I think there's a lot of confusion in that. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that there's the lapse of time in able to build that portfolio, or to request weight raises, and things like that. And so I think if we give men permission to also leave work and take care of children, or have an equal balance of, and hopefully this crisis right now it kind of forced us to work from home, where now
Yeah.
employers are going to see that it is possible and people can still be productive. And then, and my husband says this to me all the time, because now he's working from home. He really sees what I do on a daily basis when I'm working from home with my daughter, and how I have to take breaks to go outside or do whatever. And he's just like, wow, I can't believe you juggle all this. So I think partnerships will become stronger from this. I think
Good.
employers will become stronger and more aware, at least, of what their employees are capable of, and it's establishing trust. It's all about trust.
Yeah.
And I think that has challenges in itself, but I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah. No, that's great feedback. So I want to thank you for joining me. You're a wonderful guest. I'm so pleased.
Thank you.
And I want to thank everyone for watching our Women in Wealth series. And if you want to find out more about the Mainline Chamber or the SBW, can you tell us the website that they can visit?
Sure. The Mainline Chamber of Commerce website is MLCC.org, and our SPW program is at spwmainline.com.
Great. I highly advise everybody to go check it out. Great programs, great organization. Okay. And thank you for joining us again on Women in Wealth series. To follow Forge Wealth, look for us on Facebook and Twitter at Forge Wealth. On LinkedIn, you can follow me at Regina McCann Hess. And of course, our website is forgewealth.com. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.